Sir. Good evening, sir.
How are you,
Hey,
sir?
Good
hey.
evening, sir. How are you?
Good.
Good evening, sir.
We are good, sir. How are you, sir?
I'm
We are
good.
fine,
I'm
sir.
good. Glad to see everybody here and smiling. Hi, Daksha. How you going?
Hi, sir.
My name's Suwavi. This is your. Were you doing science classes before this one, or is this the first one you're joining for science?
No, sir. I already saw it first time.
Okay, cool. Welcome, welcome. How's everybody's day? You guys having a good day so far?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We
Good.
got great day, sir.
Awesome. Alrighty. So it's 9 o'clock. Looks like everybody's here. So I'll start
I think there's one more person hasn't come.
it's 9:01. So what I'll do, I'll start it. I know Puvarna's got her presentation on today, but we can
And
start
my brother, sir.
Oh, yes. Yeah. For the presentation. Yes. Yes. Correct. Correct. Alrighty. So as you guys know, we've been running through quite a bit of content over the last few weeks. Yes, Dinishan?
What is this revision?
Yes. I'll go through it. So, over the last few weeks, we've been covering quite a number of things. So, what I thought this week is, we'll go through a bit of revision, which means we're going to review some of the content that's been covered over, I think, the last 6 to 7 weeks. The way I structured today's lesson is, you know how we've been doing the Kahoots every week? So what I did was I went through all of the Kahoots that we did over the last 6 weeks, and I picked out the questions where most of the class were getting those wrong, right, each week. And so I've tried to cover the content from those questions. Okay, so sorry, someone say something? No? Sorry, I thought I heard something. So my thinking there was to cover content that maybe you guys found a little bit challenging in previous weeks. Hopefully you guys understand it and maybe you can just answer it really quickly and we power through the different slides. But if there's still any questions, we can run through it and make sure it's clear for everyone. Does that sound good? Does anybody have any questions? Just pop your hand up on.
I'm good with it. No, sir.
No, sir. I'm good with it.
More questions, sir.
Awesome. All right, let's start. So, first thing, we'll just run through the homework as usual. Thank you for everyone. I was just waiting on Puvarna and Rahul. Correct me if I'm wrong. Puvarna, did you send the homework in this week?
No, sir, but I already write it and I sent to another person.
Okay, no dramas. If you can just flick it across to me, please, on WhatsApp. And just if you can, please send it through before the class, okay? And Rahul, were you able to complete the homework?
Yes, sir. Last time I did. I don't understand the homework.
Okay, for these ones here, the activity and the questions about the sun, you didn't understand those ones?
Yes, sir.
Okay, no worries. But please, next time, if you don't understand it, we have our group WhatsApp, yeah? So any questions you have, I want you to put it in there so that you can complete the homework before the lesson. Yeah?
Okay, sir.
Thank you. All right. So, let's go through it. So I'll put it out to the class. So how did everybody go with the activity? Were you able to find a mirror and do the activity with the different letters?
No, sir. No, sir.
No?
I didn't have
hold
a
on.
mirror.
Sorry. One second. Just remember, guys, if you're going to talk, just put your hand up on Zoom and I'll say your name, okay? Sarin, yes.
I didn't have a mirror, sir, but long ago I remember that I did this once, and I know this one is true.
Okay, cool. Ritishan, I see your hand.
As Sarvin said, I also don't have any mirrors, but whenever I think about it, I do this. I write the letter in the air and I do this. Like I literally twist it,
Yep,
and
yep.
and
Perfect,
it will be
perfect.
easier.
Yep, definitely. Good way of doing it. Satvika, your hands up as well?
Yes, I done it the assignment you said, and it was actually bizarre and opposite. It wasn't the
Yep,
same letter.
perfect. Exactly right. So you guys noticed that they were flipped across. Loka, yes?
I,
Oh, sorry, Satvika, you wanted to say something else?
I already know it will happen because I have assured that I write some letters. When I go see the mirror, it's actually opposite.
Yeah. Exactly right. Exactly right. Loka, yes?
Yes, I also do that one. The letters is like opposite.
Yes. Okay. Cool. Dinishan?
Same, sir. I fold the paper and I write alphabets and I show to the mirror. It's what's upside. It's
Yep.
a
Horizontally, right?
yes.
Yep. Perfect. Sashwin?
Yes, like Sarwin and Ritisan said, I don't have the mirrors, but I thought in my mind I wrote it. But it came right answers.
Perfect. And Puvarna?
Yes, sir. I also write alphabets and I saw the mirror is opposite.
Yep, opposite. Perfect. Now, everybody said that all of the letters flipped, right? So you saw them in an opposite way to what you would normally write them on the paper. What did you see that was different about the letters on the third dot point? So A, H, I, M, O, T, etc. All of those letters, what was different about them? Ritishan?
If you see in the mirror, there will be no changes. It will look like the same thing
Perfect. And why is that the case?
because if you split the same letter into half, one half will be the same and to the other half. That is the
Yep.
reason.
Perfect. And does anybody know what the term is in English that we call something that's the exact same on both halves? Sashwin, I see your hand up. Was that for this question? Or different one?
It's a different one, sir. But
Okay, no worries.
Ritisan
Yeah, I saw
already
it on
said
from
it.
before. Yep. No worries. Does anybody know what the term is in English for when what
Are you
exactly
meaning the
Ritishan
vowel, sir? Are you meaning
Sorry,
the
go.
vowel?
No, not the vowel. So, the description that Ritishan was giving is that two sides of the letter were exactly the same. So even in shapes, if we look at a square, both the sides of the square looks exactly the same. Dinishan, yes?
Sir, I want to charge it. You charge it, sir.
Sorry, go again for me.
That is my answer, sir.
What was the answer? Say again. I missed you on the first one.
You asked what is the term? It's look like same, sir.
Yeah, it does look like the same. So what the term we call that is symmetrical. Has anybody heard of that one before?
No, sir.
Nope,
No,
sir.
sir.
No.
What is it, sir? What is it?
Symmetrical.
I think so, sir.
Yeah. So symmetrical means that both sides of the shape match each other. And then there's another word which is asymmetrical, which means one side is different to another. So that was just something for you guys to keep in mind. Okay. So the third point there, what do you notice about the reflection of these letters? You explained it perfectly. It's just the term that we use is called symmetrical. Okay. Now, what about the questions about the sun? Who wants to answer these for me? If you can pop your hand up on Zoom.
Can I answer, sir?
Yep, just pop your hand up for me. I'm just gonna go to first. I'll go with Loka.
Sorry, sir.
One second. I'll go with Loka for the first, and then I'll come back to you guys for the other ones. Okay. So first question, Loka: does the sun travel around the sun? Sorry, does the sun travel around the Earth?
No, because the earth is travel around the
Perfect. Exactly right. Okay, so you answered both actually. So you said no, and then what happens is the Earth travels around the sun. Sashwin, what's number 3? What causes night and day?
Can Sharon do that?
All right, sir.
I'll come to you, Sarin. I'll come to you. Yes, Sashwin.
When the front of the side is covered by light and the other side will be covered by darkness, so when the earth rotates, it causes the night and the day.
Yep. Sarwin, I'll come to you for a question. Sashwin was saying one side is covered by light, the other side is covered by darkness. Why is that? What's causing the light, or what's producing the light?
Because when the earth
What's
is
that?
rotating,
Hold on,
Can
hold
you
on,
tell
hold on,
me
hold on. Hold on, I was asking Sarwin. 1 second. Yes, Sarwin.
Can you tell me it again, sir?
Yes, absolutely. So Sashwin was explaining, so what causes night and day is that the earth is rotating, right? So one side of the earth is receiving the light and the other side of the earth is in darkness as it's rotating. What's causing the light? What's creating the light in our universe?
The sun, sir.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Now I do see a few hands up. Just checking if you guys have something to add to that before I move on to the next slide. No. Dinishan, I still see a hand up. You want to add something?
Sir, if not, what actually happened?
Yes. Okay. So do you have the answer for that one?
We not got sunlight. Is it?
Not really. Not really. I think you might have misunderstood the question a little bit. So the question 2 was referring to, or is related to question 1. So the first question was, does the sun travel around the earth? And Loka answered correctly. She said no. And then if not, so no, that's correct. It doesn't travel around the earth. What happens? So which one is traveling? Is it the sun or the earth? Tell me, Dinishan.
The traveling around is Earth, sir. Earth.
Correct. Exactly right. So the earth is traveling around. So the answer to the first question is no. Answer to the second question is because the sun is not moving, it's actually the earth moving. Sashwin, yes, I see your hand.
sir, were you asking me the second question or the third question, sir?
No, the third one, because Loka answered both 1 and 2 in her response. So all good.
All right. All right.
All righty. Perfect. So now, remember last week I was telling everyone, if you have any questions that are not directly related to the content, please put them in our WhatsApp and we can cover it at the beginning of the following week. Okay. So 2 things we didn't get a chance to discuss last week. One is how to create clear ice, and the second one was light meters, if you remember correctly. So I'll go through the process of creating clear ice. And if you have any questions, just let me know. So basically there's 5 standard steps. The first one is to boil the water. What this does is it helps release any dissolved gases, which then makes it less likely for air bubbles to form in the actual ice. Step 2, of course, you cool the water to help remove the gases and any impurities. Once it hits the room temperature, you can then put it into a container and place it in the freezer. Now, this is where it's a little bit different, where we use a process called directional freezing. Now, when this happens, when you put that container in the freezer, the water will freeze from top to bottom, right? And in this process, as it's freezing downwards, it pushes any impurities or air bubbles down through the container. Now, once it's frozen, you can remove the container. The top layer of ice will still be a little cloudy and be almost like a white substance. You can chop that piece off, and under the top layer will be the clear ice. So a few key points in terms of creating the clear ice. You want to boil the water so that you can release the gases. then you let it rest to room temperature, then you start the freezing process. That allows the directional freezing to occur, which then provides you with the clear ice under the layer of the initial cloudy version. Does that make sense for everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yep, sir.
Yes, sir.
Perfect.
Sir.
Wait, who's that one? I don't see a hand.
Sarwin, sir.
Darwin, yes.
Can you tell me again, sir? I couldn't understand it.
Okay, so do you know what we're trying to do here, Sorin? So it's about creating clear
Yeah,
ice. Remember
clear
there were some
ice.
questions about clear ice? Yeah. So there's a few steps, because if you take water and just put it straight in the freezer, you'll end up with a cloudy ice, right? You've seen it where it's almost like white and you can't see through. So
Yes, sir.
perfect. So to create the clear ice, we follow some key steps. One is boiling the water first before you put it in the freezer. That helps release any gases, right? Then we initially let it cool to room temperature, again, to remove gases and impurities in the water. Then you start freezing it. Once you've boiled it, then you let it cool to room temperature, then you freeze it. And that is what creates the clear ice, because you've been
Okay,
able
sir.
to remove the impurities.
Yes, I understand it now.
Perfect. Now, light meters, there's a lot of detail around the light meters. I'm not going to go through all of the things written on the slide just because there's a lot in there. But I've put it in here so that you guys can cross-reference it once I've uploaded the slide deck to our WhatsApp chat. But just on a high level, I'll go through the top paragraph there. Ritishan, yes?
I want to say something about the light meters. That
Yeah.
the light meters, they use it to photography. Like you take the light meter, you set it on a mode, then you put it near your eyes and click one button, which
Yep.
the round like looking white thing, then the light bouncing off from the object will bounce on, will hit on the white part. Then the white part will know, like, is it this, the intensity of the light is this much, the intensity of the light is this much. And after you take the picture, it will be like the light is almost like enough light, not too much or not too less.
Yep.
Like
Bang on. Correct. So there's, sorry, the only thing I would add there, Ritishan, is there's two types of cells that can, or two types of, cells that are used in light meters. And the type of cell depends on basically the environment. So you've got the two there listed there. So one is for essentially measuring light on a subject, and the other one is for the environment. So I'll leave this there for you guys to have a read through. And if you have any questions, as always, please pop it in the chat for me. Okay? Cool. So let's jump on to the presentation. So, Sashwin, let's start with you.
Okay, sir. My name is Saswin. I'm 11 years old. My presentation is about Kailash. The Mount Kailash is located at the border of China, India, and Nepal. And Mount Kailash is 6,638 meter height and 21,778 feet. It is the one of the most highest mountain. And also in Mount Kailash, people have said that the people who climb it had noticed that they heard a weird sound that is telling them to go away. This isn't the right place for you. So the people who climbed it got afraid and scared and turned back. And in Mount Kailash, the people who climbed it got their age raised up quickly. The time that human takes to age 2 weeks only take 12 hours in the mountain. Numbers of hikers have detailed that they feel like their nails and hairs are developing rapidly within 12 hours. Secondly, in Mount Kailash, it is said that there are 7 different types of lights have been spotted blazing in the sky at Mount Kailash on numerous ocean sets. And scientists have discovered that the Kailash is actually a man-made vacuum pyramid. It is surrounded by more than 110 other small pyramids. There are 2 lakes that are named as Mansarovar and Rakshatal are located at the base of Mount Kailash. And also, there's a person who has climbed Mount Kailash. His name is Milad Priya. Until then, nobody couldn't climb Mount Kailash. The Mount Kailash is the center of the earth. So that's why when you have a compass with you, it doesn't work. And one more thing, that the people who live there, they said that in Mount Kailash there are Shivan and his family. So most of the people pray or ask help to Shivan if they have problem in them. And thank you. That is my presentation.
Awesome. Thank you, Sashwin. Can I grab everybody off mute? Give them a round of applause. Off mute, everybody. Well done, mate. Well done. Thank you. Thank you. And Puvarna, you're up next.
Yes, sir. And my name is Fufarna. I am 12 years old. I'm going to speak about solar system, the Earth. The Earth is the 3rd planet of 9 planets that revolves around the Sun. The Earth is orbit is the covered path it follows as it travels around the Sun. That's all, sir. That's all, sir.
Okay, no worries. Take your time. Do you have more to get through, or was that the end?
That's it.
He said it's the answer.
It's the end? Okay, no worries. All good. Thank you, everybody. Give her a round of applause. Thank you, Pavana. Alrighty. So, let's jump into the revision content, okay? So, first, going back almost 6 weeks now, is humans and animals, right? Now, humans and some animals, if you guys remember, do have bony skeletons inside their bodies. Which of the following have an internal skeleton? Put your hand up for me on Zoom and I'll just call out the names, okay? Loka, yes? Hold on, Sarin, I'll say your name, okay? Loka?
Humans, sir.
Humans is one, definitely. What about from these 4 pictures here? Sashwin?
I know,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
It's a frog.
Hold on. Frog, yes, correct, perfect, Sashwin.
And then
Siren?
and
Hold
and then
on.
a
Don't give
cow.
away. Don't give away all the answers. Don't give away. Siren. Yes.
And the cow.
Yes. Perfect.
It
Perfect.
has internal skeleton.
Exactly right. Now, what do you call the column of bones enclosing our spinal cord? Ritishan.
Vertebrae.
Vertebrae. Correct. Bang on. Perfect. Now, what do our ribs do?
Fundamental, sir.
Hold on, Sarin. I'll call your name out. Lots of people have their hands up. You have to wait. Dinishan. Do you remember what our ribs do? Oh, no, sorry. You put your hand down. Loka, yes?
Is breathe.
Sorry, Loka. I didn't hear you. Can you repeat that one for me?
The function is breathe, sir.
Yeah, they do play a role. So there's two things that they do. So coming to your point is the second one there, where it allows
Yes,
the
sir.
chest to expand and contract, right? So that's part of the breathing, exactly right. And I gave away the first point as I was scrolling through to the second one, which is it helps protects the lungs and the heart. So with Loka, with your point about breathing, does the description here, does this one make sense for you as well? About the detail on how it helps with the breathing?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you sure? Yeah. If you have any questions, let me know, because there's a few words in there, okay?
No questions.
Okay, perfect. Who knows what the three kinds of blood cells are?
I know, sir.
Sir, can Sashmi
Listen,
tell, sir?
sir.
Can Sashmi?
Hold on, hold on.
Listen,
Just put
sir.
your hand up on, just put your hand up on Zoom for me and I'll
I
call
have
out,
already
okay?
put in, sir.
I put it in, sir.
I'll call the names out. I'll call the names. Okay. First, Sarwin, just give me one. Only one type. Sarwin, go. You're on mute, Sarwin.
Platelets.
Perfect. Sashwin, give me another one.
Red blood cells.
Perfect. Ritishan, another one.
White blood cells, sir. And
Perfect.
I'll tell something about the white blood cells. Actually, there's, as you said before, you said there's red marrow in the bone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that, there's also yellow marrow in the bones, which produces white blood cells.
Yep. Awesome. Cool. Perfect. Good one. Nice little additional facts for everyone there. Well done. Okay. Now, muscles without bones would not be able to support our body, right? So if we had no bones and we were just purely muscle, we'd be like jelly moving around everywhere. So the bones help give us structure and assist with movement from one place to another. Where two bones meet is called a... Who knows the answer for this?
Joint.
Hold on.
Joint. A joint.
Sarwin, mute until I call your name. Dinishan, tell me the answer.
Joints.
Perfect. It's a joint. Yes. Now, a slippery surface, on the end of each bone allows the bones to move smoothly over one another in a joint. The bones in the joint are held together by something. What is that something?
I know. Ritishan knows.
Hold on.
Sashmi knows.
One second. I'm just going to scroll through. I haven't had any answers from some of the class. I'm going to call on to Satvika. Yes.
Is it muscles?
Not muscles. Close. It's connected to the muscle. That's a bit of a hint for you. If you look at the diagram, it's something that's connected to the muscle. Let me see who else is there. The guys that are a bit quiet in the class, do you know the answer? Rahul, Prinsiga, Puvarna, Takshaya. Anyone want to give this one a go? I'll take silence as a no. Ritishan, what's the answer for this one?
Ligaments.
Correct. Perfect. Well done. Now, ligaments are made of strong elastic tissue. The muscles are attached to the bones by something else. Who knows what the muscles are attached to the bones by? Loka?
Ritishan knows, sir.
Hold on, guys. Hold on.
Sashmi
Just
knows.
stay on mute for me until I call your name, please. Loka? I can't hear you, Loka. Could you bring it closer to the mic?
Elbow joint.
Not so much. Oops, I gave it away. Not so much the elbow joint.
Can Sashmi tell,
I know, sir.
Sashmi? I
Guys,
know.
hold on. Stay on mute for me. I see everybody's hand. I'll come to you, I promise. I just want to make sure. Okay. Dinishan, do you know this one?
Elbow, sir.
Not elbow. Sashwin?
Tendon, sir. Tendon.
Tendon. Exactly. Tendon. Perfect. Now, bones and joints cannot produce movement on their own. It's the muscles that move the joints which lead to movement and locomotion. Who can explain to me in a quick sentence what is locomotion?
Repetition, sir.
Ritishan?
I know, sir.
Hold on, guys. Just stay on mute. Stay on
sir.
mute for me, and then I'll call your name. Okay? I can see everybody's hand. Ritishan, can you tell me?
Like movement is something like this, but locomotion is like you going to a place to another place.
Okay. Yep. It's, as you said, it's the ability to move from one place to another. Exactly. Bang on. Alrighty. Now, what is a drug? Who can explain what is a drug?
Repetition
I
can,
I know,
sir.
sir.
Hold on,
Seven
guys.
Seven.
Wait. When I say who can
Sir.
explain listen. When I say who can explain, I mean just put your hand on Zoom. Remember, I can see everybody's hand when it's, when you click the icon.
Sashwin has put.
I can see. Just stay on mute for me, guys, and I'll call your names, okay? This one, Satvika, if you can tell me, what is a drug?
Drug is like a medicine or some kind of other things. A drug.
Yep. Medicine is definitely a type of drug, 100%. Does anyone want to add to that definition? Takshay, I see your hand up.
A cure?
A cure, did you say? Yep, it can definitely be a cure as well. Loka, you'd like to add to that
Seven
too?
candles, sir.
No,
Seven
Sarin,
candles.
I'll come to you, I promise. I promise I'll come to you guys before I release the answer. Yes, Prinsika, sorry, 1 second, Prinsika. Loka, sorry, you were supposed to say. You wanted to add something?
There are 3 types of drugs.
Yep. You want to tell me what they are?
Yes, sir.
Yes?
Prohibited drugs and over-counter drugs. Prescription drugs.
Yep, prescription, over the counter, and there's one more, but I'll get to that. It's towards the bottom of the slide, so I won't give it away just yet. Okay, I'll come to you guys now. Sashwin, you'd like to add to this one?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Any substance other than food that causes changes in the body.
Perfect. That's the exact definition that we have. Exactly right. Now, Loka was talking about the 3 groups of drugs, which was straight after that. So we had prescription, over the counter, and there's one more. Let's go with Sarin. Yes. Do you know? Oh, sorry, Loka. Do you know the third one?
Sir, I already said that one.
Oh, did I miss? Sorry, I didn't hear you on the third one. What was the third one?
Prohibited drugs.
Prohibited. Sorry, I missed that, Loka. My mistake. Exactly right. Prohibited. Yes. Thank you. Now, to use any drug safely, there's a few things we need to follow. Putting it out to the class again. Sarwin, yes.
Age of the patient.
Perfect. Ritishan, give me another one. Oops.
The warning of dosages and side effects.
Perfect. Does anyone want to add to the list? Sashwin?
Yes, sir. Instructions about dosage.
Yep, dosage, correct. Yep. Rahul, I see your hand up.
And see the expiry date.
Expiry, perfect. So, definitely need to look at expiry, and as it's been mentioned already, instructions about dosage and also age of the patient. Now, taking more of a drug will not mean that we gain more benefit from it, right? Just because you take 10 tablets doesn't mean it's going to get you 10 times the benefit. In fact, it can lead to serious damage or even death if there's an overdosage. Now, states of matter. What are the 3 types of matter? This one's an easy one. It's already given away on the diagram. Dinishan, can you give me the 3?
Okay, sir. Gas, liquid,
Yeah.
solid.
Perfect. Exactly correct. Who knows the boiling point of water?
I know,
Loka?
sir.
Hold on, stay on mute for me, guys, please. Loka? Oh, sorry, Satvika. My mistake.
It's 100 degrees, sir.
100, yes, perfect. Melting point of ice. Ritishan?
0 degrees Celsius.
Perfect. Who can explain what is sublimation?
Richard can.
Hold on, Ritishan, just stay on mute for me. Sashwin?
Yes, sir. Sublimation is the conversation between the solid and the gases process with no intermediate liquid stage.
Perfect. Do you have an example of this in your mind by any chance?
No, sir.
That's okay. No worries. So,
I have some.
yeah, go for it, Ritishan. Yeah.
I'll give you 2 examples. Like the ice we are used to see that it is actually a solid which gives up water vapor, which is a gas.
Mhm.
Another one is like anything which is freezing, frozen
Yep.
cold.
Yep. And then you see the, yep. Perfect. I know exactly what you're saying. And then you see the gas going off the frozen item. Correct. Now, sorry, who was that?
Sir,
Someone say something?
Dinushan, sir.
Dinishan. Sorry, I didn't see on my screen. Yes, Dinishan, tell me.
Sir, if we take the ice from the freezer and we put in our hand, it can melting, right, sir?
Yeah.
The water will come with us. If we can take and some we can put in the boiling it. It's called what, sir?
Yes. So the process you're referring to there is the melting and then evaporation. Sublimation is a little bit different because it skips the melting phase and it goes straight from a solid into a gas. So before it melts in your hand. Yeah?
Okay, sir.
Cool.
Sir,
now,
Sashi want to tell.
you need to add to that one, Sashwin? Is it important or can we move to deposition?
I wanted to say that, are you meaning ice changing into water and vapor gas?
Not into water yet, because with sublimation, it skips the water phase, right? So sublimation is where it goes from a solid straight to a gas. So for example, when there's ice, and as Ritishan was explaining, the frozen ice, if you're holding it in your hand, you might see that the ice itself has that, like the almost like a smoke or a fog. That's the changing of it from a solid straight to a gas.
Right. So when you
Without
take
going into water.
ice cube, when you put it in the hand, there's a air pressure that's coming in the upper bowl.
Yeah, like how sometimes even when you open the freezer and you pull the ice cubes out, you can see sometimes like a white smoke from the ice cubes. That would be
yes, sir. There's a cold air that comes in our face.
Yeah. So from the ice cube, when you see that air coming up, that's the sublimation process. Now, deposition. Let me move on to that one. Dinishan, do you know the answer for deposition?
The gas changing into the solid, sir.
Perfect. And do you have an example in your mind?
We boil we take a water, it's boiling, and we sir. It's become a solid.
Okay. That one though isn't deposition because it's not going from a gas to a solid. Yours is going from a liquid to a solid. So from a water state to ice is the freezing. Does anyone have an example of going straight from a gas to a solid? Loka?
The tinny water, sir.
Sorry, say it again for me. Which water?
Tinny water.
Tinny water.
She means tiny water, sir. Tiny drops of water.
Oh, tiny drops of not so much. Not so much. So I'll give you guys the example here, which is
I know, sir. I know.
Oh yeah? Okay, let me go back. Yes, you can tell me.
The formation of frost.
Yes. Exactly. Formation of frost. So you know when the environment is so cold and you might have a window, right? Instead of the gas becoming a liquid and then forming frost, it goes straight from the gas into frost. Frost is like an icy material, right? Which is a solid. So when it goes from gas to solid, that's the deposition process. Yeah, so Ritishan, exactly right. Thank you for that one.
Is the EG information of frost?
Yes, that's what Ritishan said. That's the
All right.
example. Yeah, exactly. All right. Now, there's a few more slides, but what I might do is we're getting close to the end of the class, so I might put a pause on it, and we'll jump straight into we'll jump through the slides, and towards the end, we can cover these off next week. Let me go back here. Okay. So, okay. Homework, guys. This week, I don't have a specific activity, but what I want you to do is over the last 7 weeks of content, there's still some more things I had planned to review before we finish the revision session. So I'll go through that next week. But if there's anything else that's unclear for you or something you want to get more information about and discuss, that's your homework. I want you to send a message in our WhatsApp group, okay? In our group so everybody can see it. What is some other areas you want to revisit and get more information on from the content that we've already covered, okay? Now, this one is a time-sensitive homework because I need some time to prepare any content you guys would like to review, right? So I need these done by 6 p.m. on Monday, the 11th of September. Yeah? Everybody clear on that one? So your local time, Monday, 6 p.m. Is that all good?
Yes, sir.
Perfect.
What's that? What's sir?
Okay.
But what
So
if? But
Tell me,
what
what
if
is it?
we don't? But what if we didn't have any questions, sir?
That's okay. In the WhatsApp group, I just want you to say all good or clear or something like no questions. If you don't have any questions, there's no problem at all. I just want to take this opportunity to make sure that we cover anyone's gaps in the class. Okay, because I'd like to do a test in another week's time. So before we go into the test, I just want to make sure that everyone is across all of the material and there's no gaps in the understanding. Yeah?
Okay,
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Okay. Now, as I said, we'll be doing that. Now, weekly presentation. It's actually going to be 3 students next week. So Satvika, Sarwin, and Ritishan. Okay? So as I said, guys, like everybody's been doing, there's a few things to keep in mind. So introduce yourself, outline the title of your presentation, try to time it so it's about 3 minutes. Okay? So try to fill in enough content to speak for about 3 minutes. And to help structure the presentation, follow the what, why, how. So Sashwin did it really well today. He went through Mount Kailash, what it is, why he found it interesting, and how certain things were working in that environment.
Thank you, sir.
No worries, you're welcome. Before I jump onto the Kahoot, any questions before I start this one?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
No, sir.
Okay, perfect. Ritishan and Sarwin, I see your hands up. Is that for a question or you guys are all good? Okay, cool.
My mistake, sir.
That's okay, no dramas. All right, let me start the Kahoot. I don't see your name in there, Dakshaya. But okay, let me start it. Let me know if it comes across for you, okay? Alrighty. It's starting. Now, these are questions we didn't get a chance to cover, so let's see how good everyone's knowledge is from previous weeks. Ooh, that one got a lot of people. Tricky question. All right, let's see who the winners are. So in third place, Sashwin, well done. Second place is Sarwin, nice. And first place is Ritishan. Well done, mate. Well done, well done. And then we had Dinishan and Loka, fourth and fifth. So well done to everybody. Thank you. All right. I'll get you guys to come back into Zoom for me and just pop your cameras on. Alrighty. So thank you, everyone. Sashwin, Dinishan, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Perfect. Thank you, Dinishan. Sarwin, Sashwin, you still there? Yes? Okay, perfect. Cool, guys. Thank you. I just wanted to say for next week's class, similar kind of structure, okay, where we're going to be going through content that was covered previously over the 6 or 7 weeks. Like I said, the homework is I need everybody, if there's any sections of the content that's unclear or you want me to cover them in a little bit more detail, I want you to put it in our WhatsApp. If you don't have any questions at all, just write all good or nothing to cover. Dinishan, I see your hand up.
Sir, if we, until the chapter 1, right, sir? Until the first week. Is right, sir?
Yep. Yep. You can do it from all of the weeks that we've been doing the class. Yes. From the first one all the way to now. Anything that you have questions on. Cool. Anybody else have any questions before we close off?
No, sir. No, sir, nothing.
Perfect. Well, awesome, guys. It was lovely seeing everyone again. Thank you. Have a good week. Dinishan, yes, sorry, I see your hand.
Sir, I play Kahoot. When I become a host of Kahoot, I see many moods, sir, that like for just now you did right, sir. Choosing choosing the true and flash. The two one make, sir. I don't know.
Sorry, I missed the last part, but the two?
No, sir. That there is many types of answering, right,
Yeah.
sir?
Definitely. Yeah, there's different game modes, which is what Ritishan mentioned last week as well. The only roadblock I came was a lot of the game modes had a time limit from what I saw. Maybe next week I'll reduce the questions down a little bit so we can fit within the time limit and then we can play a different version.
Okay, sir. One time I tried to play different version and I get second place.
Oh, well done. That's awesome. Nice. Nice, nice, nice.
In English sentence.
Yeah, very cool. That's good to hear. Nice. Anybody else have anything else to say before we close off? We're all good?
No, sir.
Awesome, guys. No dramas. Well, thank you so much. Like I said, have a good week. Pop in any questions that you have. We'll make sure we cover it off next week before we do a test. And yeah, that's about it. So have a good week. I'll see you next time.
Bye, sir.
Bye, sir.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
No worries. Bye.
Bye, sir. Thanks for teaching.
That's okay.